This is the second part of my tattoo explanation video. The first video will be tagged. The first video, you could find the links to that in the description box below. But yes, this is the second part of the video, okay? Now I have on the back of my neck, before I go to my arm, on the back of my neck, let me pull this down so you can see. Right, I have in Arabic, love, faith, and passion, along with freedom. And then with the freedom, it has birds flying off of the M for that visual. Across. And then I have a heart here. Love, faith, passion. Of course, my connection with words, that's just, it's always there. I have so many words in me because, I mean, it coincides. Love, faith, and passion. I got that also as a timestamp reminder, right? Because I was getting close to graduating high school and I was a little bit, discouraged. Not to say I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just very, I don't know, I was a little confused. I was one of the top of my class. I always have been valedictorians or top of my class, honors, like, you know, schoolwork was never something that was hard for me. It's just something that I never cared about. It wasn't something that like I wanted to pursue in. It was just something that I knew how to apply myself with, but nothing I ever wanted. I didn't want to go to college at all. You know, because I wanted to do art. I wanted to be an artist. Like, you could look, I wish I could grab it right now, but I really don't feel like getting up, but I guess I'll go grab it. But when I was in middle school, I knew for a fact that I was going to be an artist. That I was going to do something art related. So I knew I wanted to do something art related. This is my yearbook from middle school. I went to 13th Avenue School in Newark. All right. I'm going to go to my picture because I don't know if people think I was joking or something, but I was dead ass. This is me. Hopefully y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? That's me. Performing artist, Aries. Performing artist. They put this in plural. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, that's me right there. And even then, when I was putting in a choice, right? People are choosing like doctors and lawyers and, you know, all different professors and like stuff that just, which is great for we need those people in our communities. It just wasn't what I wanted. And I felt wrong because it was like no one else, I don't know, I just felt like alone. And so towards the end of high school, I'm like, okay, I have to like choose a college. That was already something that was unheard of. I'm first generation. So it wasn't like there was experience from anyone before me, right? Me and my sister went to college around the same time because we're the same generation. So, you know, there was no guidance on how to be or anything like that. It was really just first time of whatever. And I didn't really have that much help with my applications. And I went with a school that I was able to afford. I didn't go to a school that I necessarily wanted to go to. And so on top of that, that was even more discouraging because it's like, I don't want to go to college, and now I'm going to college, but I'm going to the college because like I'm kind of like expected to go, and this is like the only way I could get out of where I'm living, and like this is the only way that I could like be successful, I guess. So this is what I'm taught. This is what's being told to me. And you know, I'm not gonna make it as something that's artist related because you have to be like one of a kind, one in a million to be able to make it as an artist in any kind of way that isn't like something that's a 9 to 5, that isn't something that's normal. And I just was like, this is this is depressing. Like, because I don't want to do this shit. And just because I'm good at school doesn't mean I want to go to school for the rest of my life. But I ended up going to college because it wasn't really anyone there saying, yo, you can do it. Like, this is what you need to do to be this. And you could try this and do. No, it was none of that. So I bust my ass hard my last 2 years of school to, you know, I was working at the skating rink, like one of my videos I told you I put up my skating video, my skating story video, which is also in the link below, where I, you know, that's how I was making my money so that I'd be able to go to school, because I was not going to be able to school if I didn't have that job in high school. I'm just going to be totally honest, because there was just no way that, you know, I was, that those payments were going to be made in a timely fashion for me to get to school, because I already knew that if I didn't go to school during the time, not to say that everyone else was, it just wasn't going to happen. Like, I was already like meeting up with people for me to go to the Army. I was meeting up with recruiters and everything so that I could, you know, go to the Army, because I didn't really know what else to do. If I couldn't do my art and I don't want to do college, what else was there to do? And so I eventually, of course, went to college, and it was great and cool. And I met some amazing people that are going to be in my life forever. And I took it and did what I can with it. But I could tell that my experience through college showed that I did not want to be there. I ended up doing the dance team. I was on the dance team in school, and very, very early I became the captain and choreographer for the team. And I stayed on that team my entire time in college, and completely changed that team around. And even like, you know, how they were seen on campus, at the school, you know, just changing the program completely, because it definitely was crazy different when I first got there, and now it's absolutely amazing. And, you know, they just keep getting better and better. But that was not to say that was the only thing, but that was the best thing about college, me dancing. It was a way for me to still be myself in an area that didn't feel like me. And that's the reason why I got this on the back of my neck. I got freedom with birds flying off, because I wanted freedom. Not just freedom meaning like literal shackles, but freedom of mind, freedom to be myself, freedom to not be silenced, you know, and who I am, what I believe. And that's why I got that there. But this was around that time when I was going to college, getting ready to go to college, because I was like, yo, now I'm about to go into the real world. And not only do I still feel silence and I still feel like I'm missing something, but I am unhappy too. Love, faith, and passion, freedom through my faith in God. That's why I got it. I also have this heart here, and it's two girls holding hands in the heart. And that has it has a lot to do with one of my past relationships, but mainly when it comes to, again, being, no, I don't want to say being gay as fuck, but being gay as fuck. And just having an experience, a loving experience in my life. So I think now I can move on to my arm. Yes? Yes. Okay, so now I'm going on to my sleeve, and my sleeve was mostly gotten while I was in college. And so the first one, I got this right before I got to college. It's an eagle, and the eagle represents family. And I got this because I knew that family was important, but there was a difference that I felt within my experience of family, and then what I was learning and seeing through other people, through high school and through college. It made me feel like, what type of world did I grow up in? Because there's so many different experiences, so many different things, and like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Like, what world was I growing up in? But that's why I got that there. That was the very first one on my entire arm. Coincidentally enough, though, the eagle is one of the birds that's representative of one of my tribes, Chippewa, which is the reason why I got it here in the back. Sorry, it's upside down, but So I end up getting this one next. This is Ganesha. Ganesha is a Hindu god. And if you look up Ganesha, you can get the entire Hindu history of him and his parents, and how he was born and everything, the amazing magicalness of it, and also how he's the mover of obstacles, how he brings fortune and beauty even through destruction. And I have this as another mantra to remember that, right? Which coincides with pain is inevitable, where it's like there's going to be obstacles through life. I just need the strength to get through these obstacles. I don't want to prevent these obstacles. I don't even want to avoid these obstacles. I want to be able to get through them, but I need to get through them with strength. I need to get through them with support, and I need to get through them with power. And having Ganesha here was part of that help, right? And so these are just, the rays are just representative of that, right? Because this is a god. This here, which is a tree, again, a tree with two angels here, and the roots are going down to the eagle, and this is one angel that's night and one angel that's day. This is very interesting. I got this tattoo in one sitting when I was in LA, and I was in a crazy, rough, ridiculous relationship at that time, and this really is representative of night and day, but also the different parts of me that I really it was like different parts of me existing but not coming together, and so they were affecting me differently. Like, you know how we all have different parts of us, right? Just how we have, you know, our sign, our moon sign, our sun sign. This was something that I was noticing, but I didn't have an explanation for. I know it now. I didn't know it then, right? Sun sign, moon sign, you know, rising and ascending and stuff like that. If those who understand astrology or who study astrology, this was that, and I could not understand, like, why do I feel ashamed of having these different parts of me, and even having these parts of me affect my life so drastically, the people I choose to be around, the situations that I end up getting into and stuff like that. Of course, I don't control other people, but I'm talking about the things that I can control. And so this was here, and it's just like, that was just kind of expressive of that. Like, is that something to be shameful of, or is that something to be proud of? But definitely not ashamed of. And this was just that point of my time of me trying to get that understanding of what's going on. The lotus, I got the lotus afterwards, and as you can see, the lotus is closed. Anyone who knows lotus flowers, you know that they grow in ponds, they grow in dirt. And I don't want to say lotus, I don't think lotus flowers actually die, right? They close and they go back down inside of the wet dirt or inside like the pond, and when they're ready and whenever it's time for them to bloom, they come out. And this is how they go all the time. A lotus doesn't grow out and then it just stays open and stays like that for the rest of its life. It closes and it goes up and down all the time. And that's exactly how life is. That's how growth is. It doesn't just go like this and then it just, you know what I'm saying? You're going to always experience taking steps back because you're a human being who makes mistakes. You're a human being that will go through your obstacles. You're a human being that goes through pain. And so because of that, you're imperfect. And there's things that are going to happen. And as I was understanding who I was here, about a year later getting this, I'm like, yo, I'm okay with knowing that I'm a growing human being. And when I'm great and I'm growing, I'm here. But I'm still great when I make my mistakes. And I'm still great when I'm imperfect. And I'm still great when I go through my obstacles. And I'm always going to come back to learn from them. So I don't need to express that I'm just an open lotus, always here and always in my perfection, because I am imperfect. And this is something that I was content with and understanding. You know, these birds just coinciding with that visual. This